After a 4-game skid, Braves pitching reemerged with inspired performances, starting with Tom Glavine. Greg Maddux followed the next night, allowing 1 run and striking out 10. Last night, Kevin Millwood took a perfect game into the 7th, finishing with a season-high 11 strikeouts. Tonight, it's John Smoltz's turn. He faces the division leaders from the West, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Tied for the best record in the National League, and tonight they meet in the first of a 3-game series, the Atlanta Braves and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hi, everybody. Pete Van Weren welcoming you to Bank One Ballpark in Phoenix. The Braves on top of the Eastern Division, the Diamondbacks on top of the Western Division, each with the best record in the National League. And Don, no real surprise to see the Braves in that spot at this time of the year, but a little bit surprising that any team can advance that rapidly in just their 2nd year of existence.
I think you have to climb up the ladder to Jerry Colangelo at the top, who decided when fan interest dropped down a little bit, he was going to make some changes and go for some wins very early on. What has happened is that those players that he was interested in acquiring and getting have performed very well. Now, Williams and Bell, the original part of the Diamondbacks, but Johnson, Gonzalez, Womack, and Finley have all been great additions. In my mind, Luis Gonzalez, one of the great moves made this year by any team in the major leagues. It has certainly paid off for them. The end result for all these changes, well, this ball club has outscored the Braves by 60 runs. They've hit them in home runs by 25. The .261 batting average for the Braves, .288 for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the Arizona Diamondbacks pitching staff an earned run average about 0.03 of a point less. The only thing they worry about right now, their closer Greg Olson in 17 save situations has saved 11, but he's blown 6.
So the key may be for the Atlanta Braves to try to get into that Arizona bullpen, and we'll see how they do tonight. John Smoltz back on the mound for Atlanta. Andy Bennis will start for Arizona. Back with all the action right after this.
Park, and the ball club occupying it is having itself a heck of a year. It's the first of 3 Braves against the Diamondbacks. Time for a look at the Walmart Everstart battery starting lineup. The Braves will have Ozzie Guillen leading it off. Brett Boone is in the 2nd spot. It's Chipper Jones to bat 3rd. The heart of the order, Brian Jordan, Javi Lopez, and Ryan Klesko back in left. The final 3 will have Andrew Jones, Randall Simon at 1st, and John Smoltz will bat 9th in Bobby Cox's batting order. The Arizona Diamonds defense, Gonzalez in left, Finley in center, DeLucci in right field. DeLucci and Finley, both left-handed throwers. They do a lot of damage defensively in the alleys. The left side of the infield, Williams and Fox the right side. Womack back at 2nd base after doing a good job in the outfield. Travis Lee, an up-and-coming young first baseman. Kelly Stinnett behind the plate. And on the mound making his 14th start, he's 4-6. And each month he has gotten better and better. Asking some of the Diamondback people about Bennis. Now, Bennis 5-12 against the Braves. They prefer to think that he is the Bennis who pitched 8 fine innings against them last September. The umpiring crew will line up this way. It's the veteran behind home plate, Dana DeMuth. Here's a look at Dana DeMuth. He's been around for a while. Charlie Relaford, he too has been around. Jeff Kellogg, his 7th year, and Sam Holbrook over at 3rd base. Well, we're set to go, and Pete, this should be a good weekend.
Yeah, it should be. 2 teams that have been playing very well this week. 3 wins in a row for Atlanta, 4 wins in a row for Arizona, and the first pitch of the night on the way to Ozzie Guillen, missing high and away, ball 1. Ozzie 211 with no homers, 5 RBIs. Much better numbers of late since he's been in the lineup with Walt Weiss out. He's 12 out of his last 32, 5 out of 14 on this trip. And he takes a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike to Ozzie Guillen. Brett Boone will follow, and then Chipper Jones. Andy Bennis, as Don told you, 5-12 record, but a .355 lifetime ERA against the Braves. So he's pitched with some tough luck at times, and a little run support. Down the left field line, off the bat of Guillen, and just foul. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Playing with the roof closed tonight, it was expected to be 104 degrees at game time outside, so the roof here at Bank One Ballpark stays closed tonight. And probably will all weekend, since we're expecting 108 high tomorrow and 109 on Sunday. That's warm.
Yeah, it is. feels warm, too, doesn't it?
It sure does. Don't give me any of that dry heat business either. 108's 108.
Makes you think I was going to do that. I'm breathing?
Yeah. 1-2 the count on Ozzie Guillen. Back out of play. It's still 1-2.
Clubs that have had success recently against Ozzie Guillen have gone up and away with the fastball. And he's been pulling off of it. He has hit some good pitches down in the strike zone. They don't expect him to pull. There's a ton of room down the right field line.
Again, the 1-2 to Ozzie. Just off the outside corner, 2-2.
I think one of the reasons you see such good play from these particular outfielders, especially DeLucci and Finley, is the glove is on the right hand, so DeLucci can cover right center field. Finley, ditto glove on the right hand. He can cover left center.
On the ground, 2 hops to Womack at second. On the lead in plenty of time. Ozzie Guillen retired, 1 away. And that'll bring up Brett Boone. Boone comes in at 256, 8 home runs, 26 RBIs. 2 for 15 on this road trip and 2 for his last 30. And a little bit of a different philosophy for Brett Boone. He said he thought his swing got a little long, and on the advice from Don Baylor, he's treating every pitch like he has 2 strikes on him, because it's just a habit of his to shorten the swing a little bit when he has 2 strikes. Takes a strike in the outside corner, 0-1.
I think that's one of Don Baylor's strengths, Pete, is to give you keys to look for rather than effect. It's hard to correct effect.
Quickly in a hole, 0-2. Well, now he can truly hit with 2 strikes.
And what I mean by that is that's like telling a pitcher you're rushing. Well, yeah, but that's not what's causing it. There's something back in the delivery that's causing it.
Good stop, Barrston at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chipper Jones waiting on deck. Braves took 2 out of 3 from Arizona in Atlanta earlier this year. Here's the 1-2. Toward short, fielded by Fox on the first in time. 2 away. Jay Bell not in the starting lineup tonight. Nothing wrong with him, just taking a night off.
Plus, he's had troubles against John Smoltz.
And that's a key with Buck Showalter. Showalter, one of those matchup type of managers. He very much pays attention to that.
He tries to give everybody. He's got a nice situation at second and short. He's got a situation where 3 goes into 2 very well with Womack, Fox, and Jay Bell. He can rotate those 3 a number of ways in there.
Here's Chipper, 281, 14 homers on the year. First pitch swinging, this will be out of play.
I think that rotation in there, Pete, is one of the reasons they did not feel uncomfortable giving up Batista to get Plesac for the bullpen.
Yeah, that was a little bit surprising when we saw Batista's name included in there, but there's a lot of depth in this Arizona team. Here's the 0-1 now to Chipper Jones. Just off the inside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the 1-1. And Venice ahead in the count now 1-2. Chipper, a 258 lifetime hitter against Venice. Venice 9 games over 500 for his major league career. He's won 122 games. He's lost 113.
This Braves lineup, some unusual numbers against him. It seems like they're either very good or very bad, not just average. Because Brian Jordan 1 out of 9. Klesko 7 out of 37, but Javi Lopez and Boone have worn out then.
Here's the 2-2. And that just missed. Full count, 3-2. Venice's best year with St. Louis in '96. He was an 18-game winner that year. Won 14 games for Arizona last year. And down in strikes, Chipper Jones. A strong start for Venice. Braves go 1-2-3 in the top half of the first. Diamondbacks coming up.
Time for us to take a look at the Diamondbacks batting order. It's Tony Womack to lead it off. DeLucci will bat second. Boy, is he off to a good start. Luis Gonzalez, a trade that has turned out very well for them. Then the heart of the order, Matt Williams, Travis Lee, and Steve Finley. The final 3, Kelly Stinnett, Fox, and Bennett. For the Braves defensively, Ryan Klesko is in left field. It's Andrew Jones in center. Jordan is in right. The left side of the infield has Chipper Jones and Ozzie Guillen. The right side, Boone and Simon. Javi Lopez is behind the plate, and John Smoltz, who, since coming back from the elbow problem and in his last 5 starts, which included a start with the inflammation, the earned run average, the Wood loss record at 2-2. This will be his 12th start. He does have a complete game. Only 6 home runs allowed and an earned run average of 347.
And he'll deal with the top of the order here in the bottom of the first, beginning with Tony Womack hitting .280. Homer, 18 RBIs, 28 stolen bases. The former Pirate. Premier base stealers in all of baseball right now. Smoltz's first pitch to him is a little bit high, ball 1. Retired, 1 away.
Boone has good range, and he has a good first step. And with Womack running, it's essential to get the ball away quickly, and he got one of the speediest guys in the league by a good 4 step.
1 gone, and now David DeLucci. The only problem with DeLucci this year is finding him enough playing time. Boy, he's hitting .389. He's got 8 RBIs, hitting .483 when he starts.
He had a bunch of triples last year, too.
He's also been their top pinch hitter, 7 for 22 in that role. They are deep in the outfield. They had Womack playing out there for a good part of the year. The 3 out there tonight with DeLucci in right, Finley in center, and Gonzalez in left. They got Bernard Gilkey on the bench.
Showalter is a guy who, as you pointed out, likes matchups, and he must be good at numbers because he's figured out a way to make 5 go into 3 in the outfield happily and successfully, and 3 go into 2 in the heart of the infield happily and successfully.
There's the 1-1 now to DeLucci. It's fouled away. Ball and 2 strikes. He's 1 of the 4 lifetime against Smoltz. Speculation about John Smoltz beginning of this road trip. He did not accompany the team to Houston, did not join the team until Wednesday, and all sorts of guessing about was that elbow a real problem or not. John said he did go and see Dr. Chandler in Atlanta, but he said he goes to see him every week. He said there's nothing unusual about that.
And I think part of the speculation caused by that line on the bottom right there. Those are not numbers you expect from a healthy John Smoltz.
So we'll see how he fares tonight. 2-2 on the way now to DeLucci, and that just missed.
I think I can give you something to keep an eye on, Pete. When he was throwing and it was bothering him, he finished very erect and didn't follow through and come all the way across. And he had a little bit of a problem with his slider and with his curveball. So if he stays away from them, and if he has trouble finishing his delivery, it's not 100%.
Fouled away. Still 3-2.
He's a more erect pitcher than a Maddox or a Glavine, but his compensation or his tool that allows him to complete the delivery is bringing the right leg across, and the arm will accompany it over toward the first baseline.
Here's the payoff now to DeLucci. Into center field. No. Ozzie Guillen there to make the grab. 2 away. Good play, Ozzie Guillen. A couple of nice defensive plays by the middle of the Braves infield. And there are 2 outs, bottom of the first.
First step makes this play. Ozzie Guillen gets a good jump. It looks like it's headed for left center field. A little inside-out swing, but he's already on the move. Good play by Ozzie Guillen.
Now Luis Gonzalez, and what a year he's having. 369, 12 homers, 41 RBIs. He's already had a 30-game hitting streak and a 13-game hitting streak this year. He's only been held hitless 7 times all year. This will be a test for him. He's only a 197 lifetime hitter against Smoltz. First pitch is low, ball 1. You know, back to the elbow situation with John. It didn't matter who you asked early in the week. Nobody would give you really a straight answer.
It was like getting tasked news agency.
But If you asked Bobby Cox, he said, no, his elbow's fine. He's got some personal things he's taking care of back in Atlanta. If you asked John when John got back, he said, no, my elbow feels fine. I'll make my next start. But there is still a lot of concern, I think, throughout the organization.
But some pretty good tap dancing going on, too.
1 ball, 1 strike, and Gonzalez. And the 1-1. Upstairs 2-1. It's no secret that John is pretty much aware of the fact that that elbow is never going to be 100% again. He's going to have on and off difficulties with that as long as he stays in the game. The question is, can you keep him pitching every 5th day? Remember, he had to go on the DL for a 15-day span earlier this year.
Well, I think anybody who stays around a long time as a pitcher, Pete, has to learn to pitch through pain and discomfort. What you don't want to do is try to pitch through an injury. And there is a distinct difference between the two. An injury is something that could damage you forever. Discomfort is something that you may have forever, but wouldn't permanently damage you.
That's going to be a good start for John Smoltz. Chipper Jones on the grass to take the pop-up off the bat of Gonzalez. Each pitcher off to a 1-2-3 start. At the end of 1, no score.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Well, looks like pitching could be the story again tonight. Both pitchers off to a good start, 1-2-3 for each side. And Brian Jordan will lead off here in the top of the second. Which number do you want to look at? The 442 lifetime average Jordan has against the Diamondbacks, or the 111 lifetime average that he has against Andy Venice? In the air to right, looks like Venice is going to win this matchup, at least the first time around. DeLucci there for the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out.
This is definitely a hitter's ballpark, a hitter's environment. And I think that pretty much showed it right there. That's a fastball getting right on the end of the bat that carried to the warning track.
Well, this is desert down here, and the ball always is carried better here in this part of the country. They had minor league baseball here for many years in an outdoor stadium, and you saw a lot of lofty numbers put up by offensive players at the AAA level. Even though the roof is closed, the air is still a little thinner here. Lopez taking ball 1. 325, 8 homers, a great road trip so far, 7 for 13.
Every now and then we sit up here and speculate as to what a hitter's thinking, and we have been speculating most of this year that Javi Lopez goes to the plate looking for 1 pitch most of the time. And every now and then he says in the paper that he does. In Houston, he was looking for pitches from certain pitchers, got them, and had some key hits.
On the ground right off the fists. Andy Fox on the first in time, 2 down. And 5 in a row retired now by Venice. And that'll bring up Ryan Klesko, hitting .292, 7 home runs. He too has had a good road trip, 5 out of 13. He has retired 6. We're going to the bottom of the second. No score. The second, Matt Williams, Travis Lee, Steve Finley due up against John Smoltz, who got through the first inning with 15 pitches, all fastballs done. Didn't throw a breaking ball that first inning.
No, he didn't, and that would lead you to believe that he's either being very protective of his elbow or it is indeed bothering him a little bit. Now, if we can pick that up, you know, in the Arizona Diamondbacks dugout, they're going to be looking for that too. It's going to be very important to hitters like Matt Williams. Well, it's going to be important to the right-handed hitters. If they don't have to look for a breaking ball, it's a lot better hitting when you can only have to look for 1 pitch.
Williams red hot, an 18-game hitting streak, 343, 19 homers, 63 RBIs, doing all the things that the Diamondbacks hoped he would do when they signed him last year, and really disappointed them last year when he only hit .267 with only 20 home runs. There's a base hit for Williams. 19-game hitting streak.
Well, last year, in all fairness to him and in defense of that record a little bit, he was going through some real struggles in his personal life. Coming back here to be near his kids was a part of helping it, but it also gave him a whole set of new set of responsibilities and burdens. And very few people, I think, can play through and totally ignore personal problems when you have them like that.
Williams now just 1 home run and 8 RBIs away from his season totals from a year ago. And speaking of hot hitters, Travis Lee batting 400 for the month of June. Up to 272 now with 9 homers on the year.
If John Smoltz is having problems with his curveball and his slider, he may have more success against left-handers because it'll be a fastball changeup combination to lefties, and that'll probably do more damage to them than all fastballs will to righties.
1 ball, 1 strike, and Travis Lee, he's 1 for 4 in his career against Smoltz. One of the best pure swings in all of baseball, and among young hitters, probably the best pure swing. They haven't had to monkey with that swing at all. He had 269 his rookie year last year, 22 home runs.
One of the changes he's made this year and started early in the year, last year, was a long way away from the plate. And the pitch, they were wearing him out outside because he would dive in and hit it, but he was hitting it right on the end of the bat. He's moved up about 4 to 6 inches on the plate. He can still handle the inside, but he's driving the outside pitch.
And 3-1 now on Travis Lee. Steve Finley on deck.
Just the picture, if you would, on a bat. If you hit the ball on the first inch or inch and a half at the end of the bat, you're not going to get much. But bring it down about 2 more inches where you're about halfway between the label and the end of the bat. That's the fat part of the bat, and that's what he's getting on the outside corner now.
3-1. Got it by him. Count full. 3-2. Hitting Smoltz's fastball at about 90. 91 in that range tonight.
Good time if he's going to go just fastball and changeups to a lefty. He has confidence enough in his changeup to throw it here.
Runner going. 3-2 pitch. Hot foul back out of play. Matt Williams will have to return. Brian Butterfield, a longtime Buck Showalter lieutenant. Third base coach. Runner going again. 3-2's foul back again.
And Dwayne Murphy over in the first base coach's box. He is an excellent outfielder, can teach outfielding, was a good hitter, and a good man to have on your staff.
Still 3-2 on Travis Lee.
You can call him Murph if you see him, but do not call him Dwayne.
Again, the 3-2 is high. Walked him. First and second now, nobody out for Steve Finley, who has also been a hot hitter. One of the things about this Arizona success story this year has been they really haven't had to rely on 1 or 2 guys. They've got 1 or 2 on the team having great years. When you look at the season so far for Luis Gonzalez and Matt Williams and Jay Bell with the unexpected power surge, 20 home runs already. But outside of those 3, Finley has had his spurts where he has carried the ball club. Tony Womack has done it on the bases. Of course, they've got some great talent on that pitching staff, too, beginning with Randy Johnson, who'll be working here on Sunday. They have a lot of different weapons over here. Finley at 276, 15 home runs and 52 RBIs, most of the power coming lately. He's got 20 RBIs in his last 16 games.
And all those players, you mentioned what they've been doing for the ball club offensively. It all started in spring training, what they've done for the makeup of this ball club, for the personality of this ball club. Buck Showalter had a rule: you were supposed to be in uniform and ready to go at 9 o'clock. Well, there's a group of guys: Matt Williams, Steve Finley, Gonzalez, Colburn, Bell, Dennis, Randy Johnson, Stottlemyre would all meet at 7:30. They would come in the locker room at 7:30, grab a cup of coffee, go to a corner, and tell baseball stories and talk situations. And Buck Showalter described it as like walking into a 50s and 60s locker room where guys weren't scattering, that they were hanging out there and they were getting ready for the day by rehashing and just talking baseball. No briefcases, no cell phones, just conversations about baseball. And he said in spring he had an idea this was going to turn him. He may not have thought it was going to turn out this well, but he thought it was going to be a special year when he saw that happening every morning.
That's a difficult thing to achieve nowadays. 2-1 the count, and Steve Finley, nobody out. Lee at first, Williams at second. Smoltz has fallen behind, 3-1.
Well, there's the result. 40 wins, 3.5 game lead. I mean, that's part of the result.
Big disappointment in that division, the Dodgers. 4 games under 500, 9 games out of first place. For a team that many were saying would be the team to beat in that division. High in the air, foul, right side. It looks like it's going to make it over into the seats. It will. And the count on Finley full now, 3-2. Finley's had a somewhat unusual career. When he first came up and played regularly, hit with very little power. He was more of a leadoff type guy. 3 home runs, 8 home runs, 5 home runs, playing all 162 games for Houston. Stole a lot of bases. But then in '96, he hit 30 home runs and drove in 95 for San Diego, then 28 more in '97. Stolen bases are down. The power is up.
Speaking of stolen bases, this is a running ball club. They're 80% successful when they try to steal.
Popped up, shallow left. Ozzie Guillen points it out for Ryan Plesko, who makes the catch, 1 gone. And now Kelly Stinnett, hitting .219 with 6 home runs. Hot of late, a 7-game hitting streak. Not to diminish their abilities, but 2 kind of no-name catchers on this Arizona team. You don't hear much about Kelly Stinnett or Damian Miller, but Buck Showalter says he wants catchers who can catch and handle pitchers. He's not at all worried about their offense.
What a novel idea.
You hear managers say that a lot about shortstops.
Right, but not about catching.
Pitch on the way to Stinnett. He takes a strike.
That's one of the reasons, with all the money and importance the Dodgers have put on pitching, that they really didn't go for a pitcher's catcher when they started the season.
Nothing in 2 now. Stinnett.
First breaking ball of the night from John Smoltz, and it was a good one.
First time Stinnett's ever faced John. There are your runners, Lee and Williams. There's the 0-2. A ball, 2 strikes. Smoltz out number 2 in the inning.
Well, if he is holding his breaking ball in reserve, he's picked a couple of good spots to throw it and a good guy to throw it to. He got a strike with it, and he got a strike out with it. Looks like his slider, a good 2-strike spot.
So with 2 gone, and runners still at first and second, that'll bring up Andy Fox, who's playing shortstop tonight, .291 with 3 homers, 18 RBIs, and he can play anywhere. There was even talk late last year after Arizona was well out of the race. Buck Showalter was toying with the idea. Didn't do it, but he was thinking about having one of those games where Andy Fox played all 9 positions, an inning at a time. Decided not to. Fox played 7 positions last year, all the infield and outfield spots.
Well, when the trade was made of Batista to Toronto, all of the talk you heard from out here was that they were comfortable enough having Fox as an everyday shortstop to do that.
0-1 the count. No score. We're in the bottom half of inning 2. 2-2, the count now, and Andy Fox. Smoltz cutting loose a little bit, these last 2 hitters. Hit him. You see Andy Fox wearing that guard on his right foot.
Don't know that I've seen too many people wear it out front.
Yeah, he got hit by a ball out there the other night. Just missed. 1-2. Hit by a pitch. It was not a foul ball that got him there, so that's why the unusual placement of that guard. You foul pitches off that part of your leg, you're in big trouble.
Either that or you get some great action on the ball.
That's grounded foul off to the right. It's 1-2.
That's really catching it out.
And the first time you see a hitter coming up there wearing one of those shin guards on his back leg, you know you got a guy that's going to give you an easy out.
Well, the guy who fouls it off that as a quick bat hits it out front. A guy who hits it on his back leg got to be swinging late.
Just a little bit late. 1-2 to count. There's a baseball movie. It's not one of the bigger ones, and I can't remember the name of it, where that actually does occur in one of the scenes. Trying to portray baseball accurately, they wanted to have a hitter come up there with a guard, and they've got it on the wrong foot. They've got it on the back foot. I've never seen a hitter wear one back there.
That wasn't in your big movie, was it?
No, it wasn't. 2-2 the count, and Andy Fox.
Also, if you're not 100%, this is one thing you want to try to avoid, running up a big pitch total early.
Now he's ready for a 2-2 pitch. The runners are going. It's foul back. Or 3-2 pitch, rather. Still 3-2. Andy Venice on deck.
What was that, 42 pitches now?
Yeah. 27 this inning.
39 fastballs and changeups, only 3 breaking balls. Normally, when Smoltz was having his good years, you would have a ratio of about 50-50. 50% fastballs, 50% changeups, sliders, and curveballs.
Runners will be off again on this 3-2, and too much time again.
And the higher the strikeout total you would see from Smoltz, the higher the number of sliders that he would throw.
Now Fox back in there awaiting another 3-2. Runners go. Missed outside. He walked him. That loads him up. Second walk issued by Smoltz. They've both come in this inning.
I'm not sure if he's concerned about pitch selection or John Smoltz, or if he and Dana DeMuth are not exactly on the same page as to the size of the strike zone.
Pitcher Andy Venice stepping in. He's 2 for 20 on the year with an RBI. He does have a home run in his major league career. He hit it last year off Kevin Brown.
He's not afraid to take some hacks.
There's a strike in the outside corner, 0-1. Odalis Perez against Omar Dahl tomorrow night, then Tom Glavine against Randy Johnson on Sunday night. Then the Braves come back home to take on Montreal. One ball, one strike on Andy Venice. Williams at third, Lee at second, Fox at first. 2 men out. pitch due now to Bennis. That was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. That's more on the range that we're used to seeing Smoltz throw that pitch. A couple of earlier fastballs in this inning. 91, 92.
That seems like that's the pitch that's causing no strain and that he can throw without any effort. Bennis is arguing that John Smoltz balked when he stepped off, and he may have had a valid argument. Smoltz started and then decided not to go ahead, go through with it. That's a balk.
Smoltz got away with it. And strikes out Andy Bennis to strand all 3 runners. First 2 strikeouts of the game come in the second inning. So do the first 2 walks. No score after 2. A non-call on an apparent balk by a Braves pitcher. This one would have cost John Smoltz a run if they had called it.
Could have been very big. Watch the front foot. John Smoltz changes his mind right here. The front foot steps back, but the right foot is still in contact with the rubber. Anytime you make an unusual motion like that, the right foot comes off, and Bennis is arguing, and he's 100% correct. He spotted it. Apparently, he's the only guy in the park that did, but he is 100% correct. When that left foot moves, you got to go to the plate. When you break contact with the rubber with the right foot, you can stand on your head if you want to because you're a 5th infielder. But Bennis picked that up. He was right, and that was a big break for Smoltz and the Braves.
Second game of the Houston series, Tom Glavine in the 8th inning of that game made a similar move, and no balk was called. And even Tom admitted after the game that he thought he had committed one. Well, Andrew Jones leads off the 3rd, hitting .265, 11 homers, 37 RBIs, no score. Braves have been 6 up, 6 down against Bennis. Andrew takes a strike, 0-1. One ball, 1 strike. Doing one. You'll see Bennis do this a lot. He backs off the mound a lot. Kind of to regroup after he falls behind in the count. Popped up. Going to make it back into the seats on a play. 2-2.
There have been some places that Andy Bennis has played that when he does this, he frustrated his manager and his coaches and some players because it was almost like they thought he was giving him the attitude that he wasn't aggressive.
Here's the 2-2. Struck him out. Breaking ball. Andrew out of there. Second strikeout for Bennis. He's retired 7 straight.
Good fastball, and he too has picked his spots for his slider. We've always talked about a 2-strike breaking ball where it should be. It should be near the strike zone when it starts out, but out of the strike zone when it gets at the home plate area.
Here's Randall Simon now, 253, a homer, 5 RBIs. Knees still a little bit banged up. Up the middle by Randall, and through into center field, base hit. Fox could not get to that one, and Randall Simon, as he so often does, gets his hits on the first pitch he sees.
He got the single, and he is at first base, and I guess a real test is going to come now if John Smoltz gets a base hit. Watch him when he goes after this pop fly at the end of it. See, he's limping there. He is not 100%. That could become very important as a base runner. First pitch, he swings at that a lot. Not 100% there, but when he sees it's a base hit, he can afford to coast just a little.
Well, here is Smoltz, who is hitting .400 for the year. 10 for 25. He's up there now in a probable bunt situation. And this Williams thinks so.
And this could be important, too, if Randall Simon is not 100%. It's going to be more important for John Smoltz to make a better bunt. And a base hit, you're going to have to almost play station to station this time. One base at a time.
He's running. Fouling it off with Smoltz, 0-1. Little surprised to see that. But maybe that element of surprise is just what Bobby Cox had in mind there.
That may be a way to negate that step slower that he's going to be.
Diamondbacks have a scout in Houston. They know that Randall's knee is not 100%. The 0-1. Bunted. Dennis going to run over and tag John Smoltz. And the second Randall Simon. So Smoltz gets the job done. Now it'll take a 2-out hit from Ozzie Guillen.
And Dennis didn't even look at second, and apparently Stinnett didn't give him any help because he had Randall Simon at second. Simon has to wait to make sure it's on the ground. It is on the ground. He is not halfway yet, and Bennis has the ball. So he already had his mind made up. I'm going to take the out. I'm going to see if they can score with 1 out left in the inning.
Both Simon and Brian Hunter injured sliding in the home plate in Houston, and they were complaining a little bit about the surface there. The dirt, they said, it's almost, there's no top layer. That's what they were complaining about. So it's like sliding on cement.
I believe Brian Hunter said it's cement with a plate stuck in the middle of it.
And in Brian's case, too, he had to elude a bat that had been dropped into the right-handed batter's box by Greg Maddox, who had the hit. He kind of tried to tiptoe around that as he slid in. Suffered a sprained ankle. He's going to be out another day or two. Ozzie Guillen grounded out to second his first time up. 2-0. Simon down at second, 2 outs.
Why'd you say that Buck Showalter wanted these 2 catchers?
Catchers, not hitters.
There's one of the reasons right there. Nice play by Kelly Stinnett.
I mean, he's not going to turn down a guy who can catch and hit 300 too. But his primary need for this team is defensive catchers, guys who can catch and throw. Stinnett's thrown out also 35% of attempted base stealers this year. In the air to center, fairly deep. Finley going back, still going, can't hang on to it. That'll get Simon home. Guillen down to second. Braves lead it 1-0. Finley upset with himself. Thought he should have had that one. But Ozzie Guillen is down at second base with an RBI, and it's a 1-0 Atlanta lead.
Just what the doctor ordered when you have a runner at second who's having trouble running. Also, the Arizona Diamondbacks scouting report, an accurate one, does not have Ozzie Guillen driving the ball to center with power. So that ball on the tip of Finley's glove, it's a floppy glove. See, it closes on it. Never was open enough for it to go in there. But all they're doing is following what is an accurate scouting report, and every now and then a hitter's going to cross it up.
You saw the reaction from Finley after he fielded that ball and threw it back. He just turned around and stared at the wall in disgust. Brett Boone, the hitter now. After Guillen comes through with a big 2-out RBI double, and they did give him a double. No error was charged. Ozzie's 6th RBI of the year. 0-1 on Brett Boone, who grounded to short his first time.
Ozzie Guillen looks like he's stretching his right leg. Braves can't take another guy going down with a leg injury.
Another good start by Stinnett. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I don't believe Ozzie Guillen is Mr. Blackwell's favorite player. Do you?
Well, he certainly has a knack of getting, first of all, a little bit of extra stock showing, and then that shirt is always untucked by no later than the top half of the second inning.
Usually that belongs to a guy who weighs about 125 pounds heavier than Ozzie.
Somewhat casual, but he makes up for it off the field, I'll tell you that.
Yes, he does.
He makes Mr. Blackwell's other list. 2-1 now, Boone. 3-1.
Interesting way of pitching to Boone. Brett Boone, by his own admission, has been having trouble catching up to some high fastballs. And Bennis has put him on a breaking ball diet.
down now, 3-2.
Took a swing at that almost like he was looking for it.
Two men out, runner at second. One run in. Pitch now on the way to Brett Boone. Here it comes. He went. The ball gets away from Stinnett. Boone's going to start to run now. I don't think he was aware that the ball had eluded the Arizona catcher. It's strikeout number 3 for Bennis. Out number 3 in the third, but a 2-out RBI double by Ozzie Guillen gives the Braves a 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the third.
Continuing on with it, Kansas City against Toronto. Kansas City a winner there. We got something to tell you about Kansas City too. Anaheim loses to the Yankees, and Tampa Bay and Minnesota going at it in the 8th. Log on to CNNSI.com for everything that's going on in sports. That's www.cnnsi.com, the ultimate address for sports.
And one of the things you'll find out when you get there is that the Braves and Kansas City just completed a minor deal. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2 on Tony Womack, who grounded out the second. Mark Peixoto, the pitcher out of Marietta, who was pitching at the Braves' Richmond AAA club, has been traded to Kansas City for a 24-year-old second baseman, Jose Cepeda, who is playing at Wilmington. Cepeda will go to Myrtle Beach, and Peixoto will go to the big leagues again. He'll join Kansas City in Toronto tomorrow.
That's Orlando Cepeda's nephew, I think.
Jose Cepeda, yes. He was hitting .315 for Wilmington in the Carolina League. He'll go over to Myrtle Beach and play now. 2-2 on Tony Womack. Leading off the bottom of the third. Braves up 1-0. Still 2-2. Womack coming over in exchange for a couple of minor league players from the Pirates. A deal made right at the very beginning of spring training. Another chopper to the right side, Boone on the first in time.
Well, it was a differently constructed deal originally. It involved more players, and I can't remember who from Pittsburgh refused to rewrite and go over there. Somebody wouldn't adjust their contract, so it ended up being, rather than being like a 4-for-3, it ended up being a 2-for-1.
Now David DeLucci lined out to short his first time. Right down the middle for a called strike on 1. DeLucci out of the Orioles organization. The University of Mississippi, 0-2. Off the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tried in there again and missed. 2-2.
He doesn't flinch. Stays right there. Outside corner. So after trying inside corner twice and missing, Smoltz went back to the outside corner knee high and picks up his 3rd strikeout. Good pitch sequences and a good spot. No doubt about this one. Up over the knees. Usually if you hit the mitt where it's located, that's going to be a strike. 2 gone. That'll bring up Luis Gonzalez. He popped down to 3rd his first time.
it says he went 0-1. Gonzalez, who has really been a traveling man the last few years, may have found a home in last. Houston in 95, midway through that season, went to the Cubs. Back to Houston in 97, over to Detroit last year. And then picked up in the trade for Kareem Garcia.
You never hear any complaints out of him. He always just goes to the park, plays, and does a good job. I think a key, Pete, about the atmosphere here on the Diamondbacks is that all the players you talk to who were traded here were happy when they got the news. That's not always the case when you find out you've been traded. I bumped into Gonzalez in an airport 2 days after, and he was elated.
3-1 now, Gonzalez.
He was not elated to be leaving Detroit. He was happy to be coming to Arizona.
2 men gone, bases empty. There's Jerry Colangelo, the president and managing general partner of the Diamondbacks. Base hit to right for Luis Gonzalez. Hit number 2 off Smoltz.
Still have Gonzalez there in the book. Is that close at hand?
Yeah.
Lifetime career batting average 290,
268.
but as he's gotten older, he's gotten better, hasn't he?
He's been very consistent. He's never had a year like this, but he's been a very consistent. He's never really had a bad year.
And in recent years, the numbers climbing up a little bit too.
Best home run year last year, playing in Detroit, 23. Here's Williams, a base hit his first time up. His hitting streak now at 19 consecutive games. His career best, a 24-game streak.
Well, you're closer in right field in the second deck in Tiger Stadium than you are in the loge at Phantom of the Opera, so no surprise that he would tally up a few homers there.
2 men gone, Gonzalez at first. Even though the inning has gone relatively smoothly for Smoltz, he got the first 2 and then gave up the base hit to Gonzalez. A lot of pitches again in this inning. He's up to 65 for the game now. Only in the third. High in the air to left field. Klesko back toward the corner. And he makes the catch for out number 3. So Williams got under that one. The Diamondbacks lead their 4th base runner of the night. We're going to the 4th inning. It's still 1-0 Atlanta.
It's time for our Aflac trivia here at the Bob. And it's a good one tonight. Who holds a career home run mark among active pitchers? Who has the most home runs of today's active twirlers? And I have no clue on that one. I have to think about that one myself. That's a good one. We'll give you the answer next half inning.
Chipper Jones leads off. He struck out his first time. One ball, no strikes. Jones, Jordan, and Lopez to up here in the 4th against Venice. 1 run, 2 hits for Atlanta. No runs, 2 hits for the Diamondbacks. Center field, Finley and DeLucci converging. It'll be Finley for the catch run away.
Venice has used his changeup in good spots. He's gotten some key outs on it.
Usually a fly ball pitcher. He's only got 2 fly ball outs tonight. Everything else has been on the ground or a strikeout. Now Brian Jordan, who flied to right his first time.
As effortlessly as we've seen Venice throw.
He looks very comfortable, doesn't he?
Yeah, really comfortable. He's gone to that side saddle delivery.
Well, Brian Jordan nicked by that pitch. And a runner at first with 1 out now for Javi Lopez.
Brian Jordan gets hit a lot on the shirt. You notice that he very seldom gets really plunked.
Well, he is so locked in with that front leg, it's going to be difficult for him to get out of the way of anything thrown hard.
Maybe he's fortunate he's only getting hit in the shirt then.
Javi Lopez grounded to short his first time up.
Let's see if he's looking off speed off Bennis tonight.
Jordan 4 out of 8 in base stealing.
Last night, Javi Lopez spent the night looking for Lima's changeup, and every time he got it, he was right on it.
One man out here in the fourth. No strikes to Lopez.
Well, whatever he's looked for, he's been accurate.
I was going to say, you were talking about that spot between the label and the end of the bat. Check out some of those smudges on Javi's bat. The sweet spot has been worn out a little bit.
Yes, it has. Those are not jam shots, or on the end of the bat.
Still a ball and no strikes to Lopez.
Remember, Bennis and Jordan were teammates at St. Louis for a while.
Here's the 1-0. 2-0. Plesko waits on deck. Lopez takes a strike. Good numbers for the month of June. I take it back a little further. It's even higher. He's hit over his last 36 games, 357.
That's how you wear out the sweet spot.
There goes the runner. Pitch outside. Throw by Stinnett. Good throw, but it gets away from Fox and into center field. And Brian Jordan has his 5th stolen base of the year.
Tough pitch to throw on because he had to reach way outside. Then when he came back and unloaded, to throw a little bit to the shortstop side. Stinnett may be a little bit encumbered by a different kind of catching gear, too. See how much heavier that is around the neck? That's the biggest one I've seen up in that area.
He's got all sorts of extra equipment tonight. He's also got those pads on the back of his calves.
Leg saver, knee savers, so that when he settles in, he doesn't put the strain on the knee. That stops you and gives you a place to cushion your backside as you settle in.
3-2 on Javi Lopez. Runner at second, 1 out. And now the first of the walk. Goes Lopez. First walk issued by Bennis. Now Ryan Plesko. He grounded out to second his first time up. Making the catch, tagging at second is Jordan. The throw will come to second. And Jordan moves over to third, 2 gone. And the batter will be Andrew Jones, a strikeout victim, his first time up. First and third now with 2 outs.
Bennis pitched to Andrew Jones perfectly the first time up. Got some strikes with fastballs and put a 2-strike slider knee high on the outside corner.
Tell you what, if that ball that Plesko just hit didn't hit this roof, nothing ever will. This group really up there. Unlike in Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, where they've had several balls that have hit off girders. Here's Andrew. Another good stop by Stinnett. Boy, he has saved 3 or 4 Bennis pitches tonight with runners on base.
That one saved a run, too.
See if Andrew can deliver a 2-out hit. Braves got their first run on a 2-out double by Ozzie Guillen in the 3rd.
Bennis throwing more breaking balls this inning than he did in the first 3.
Falling behind a lot more hitters, too.
Two sliders and a changeup. You green light him here 3-0?
I think Bobby might.
I think he might too, because sooner or later you got to figure he's going to throw a fastball.
There's the 3-0. He did have the green light, fouled away, 3-1.
And Bennis threw a 3-0 slider.
Gone. Lopez at first, Jordan over at 3rd. Braves trying to add to a 1-0 lead. That is ball 4, and that loads the bases. A hit batsman and 2 walks in the inning. That loaded the bases for Randall Simon. That'll bring on Mark Connor, the pitching coach. Have a chat with Andy Bennis. Connor, another longtime Buck Showalter lieutenant. I learned something about Buck Showalter today I never knew before. Apparently, when Buck spent all that time managing in the minor leagues, he was at Oneonta and he was at Fort Lauderdale, and of course with the Yankees for 4 years. That's not the minor leagues, but he had time to kill there too on the road, I'm sure.
We know what
he did. He watched a lot of the Superstation because he is an expert on the Andy Griffith Show. He has every episode ever made on tape, keeps it cataloged, and can tell you anything about any character, any episode in the entire history of that program.
Well, other than baseball, that's about the only thing you'll get him to talk about, too, because he is a guy.
He's pretty consumed by his job, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Randall Simon, a base hit his first time up. Bats here with the bases loaded. Takes a strike on 1. Randall played in the Arizona Instructional League 1 year out here in the Phoenix area and said he much prefers playing indoors at 7 o'clock in the evening than outdoors at 1:05 in the afternoon in the Instructional League. It does get a little bit cooler by the time October rolls around here, but not always. Those Instructional League fields didn't have those out in right center field.
No. And I think those seats there, I believe I heard, were sold out to the year 2001.
0-2 on Simon. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Randall 4 out of 7 on this road trip. His bat's starting to come around after a fairly lengthy slump. Broken bat. The fists. Womack has it. That's off for Simon, and Bennis is out of an inning, leaving 3 base runners, just as John Smoltz did. Back in the 2nd inning. We're going to the bottom half of the 4th. Still 1-0 Atlanta.
1-0 Braves, bottom of the 4th inning. A refresher on our Aflac trivia question. There it is, Pete. You got a guess?
I'm going to guess David Cone.
Nope, but you got the right league. It is Dwight Gooden. And look who occupies the 2nd spot. John Smoltz with 5 and Andy Bennis. Tied for 4th would be Avery, Bullinger, Hamilton, Chris Hammond, and Omar Olivares. Good question. Good job.
That was a good question. Travis Lee
Leads off the bottom of the fourth. He walked his first time up. Next ball one. Lee, Finley, and Stinnett due up here in the fourth in a 1-0 game.
He's not hitting nearly as many of those since the adjustment that he made relative to how close he was to the plate.
Isn't that funny how one little thing, like just how close you're standing, they didn't do anything with the swing. It was just a matter of moving him closer in.
Gave him better plate coverage, and they said he's quick enough inside they weren't going to worry about the inside pitch.
2-2.
Smoltz has had a spot on him there, though, about letter high on the outer half that may be a blind spot to it, as he swung right through about 3 pitches there.
They're going right back at that spot. Fouled off, still 2-2.
When we saw him in Atlanta earlier, he was off to a slow start. But he's been hitting 400 in June to get it up to where it is now.
The hitting coach for the Diamondbacks, a former Brave third baseman, Jim Presley. Down and strikes his lead.
There's that spot.
4th strikeout for Smoltz.
I think that pitch is about 2 inches above where Travis Lee would like to see it and where he thinks it is. Let's see if the bat goes under it. The bat does go under it. The Braves may have found something about Travis Lee.
1 gone. Now Steve Finley, the fly to left his first time. Sharply hit. Silent can't come up with it. It trickles down the line and right. Jordan over quickly, and he's going to get there in time to hold Finley to a single. Good hustle by Brian Jordan. Hit number 3 off Smoltz.
Normally, when you think of good defensive plays, you think of outs being made on them, but this is a good defensive play by Brian Jordan. Good because it keeps Finley from getting into scoring position. You can't see Jordan when the ball was hit, but he gets over there so quickly that Finley, who took a wide turn, thought about it, changed his mind right there. That is a good defensive play.
1 man gone. Finley at first now for Kelly Stinnett, who struck out his first time. 0-1 the count. He's trying to extend a 7-game hitting streak. In the air, right field and deep. Jordan going back, warning track, back in the grass beyond the warning track, makes the catch, took a home run away from Kelly Stinnett. Another super play by Brian Jordan. His second fine play of the inning. This one saved 2 runs.
Got the out and saved 2 runs. Fastball with a little too much of the plate. Jordan plays this as well as you can. Locates the fence, gets to it, up, over, and brings it back.
A little bit of a different look to the outfield here. You see the warning track, then more grass. And the last couple of steps Jordan takes on that grass, that's the clue to the outfielder that he's approaching that fence. The track doesn't go all the way to the fence.
That ball was a good 1.5 up over the fence.
Great play by Jordan. Now Andy Fox close at first. Finley just gets back. A couple of little different looks to Bank One Ballpark. They got that dirt strip, the old-time look between the pitcher's mound and home plate.
That was something Buck Showalter insisted on. He had a lot of input in all. Remember, they hired him as a manager about a year before they ever started drafting players.
He was out scouting the entire season before the Diamondbacks were in business at the big league level. 1 ball, no strikes. on Andy Fox, who walked his first time up. Also a little bit different is the fact that out beyond that right field fence where Jordan made that catch, you got fans seated field level right out there.
That's almost like the knothole game. That's a chain link game.
And those fans were right there.
Yeah, he's right.
That's a pretty good view.
He's showing you where he was. He had the catch made before Jordan took it away from him.
Back out of play, 1-2. There's a nice layout here. They've got all sorts of restaurants and clubs around besides the luxury boxes, which are a staple now at any of the new ballparks.
It's a great ballpark. And I'm glad to see, too, that it looks like they found a blend of grass that works well here this year. Remember last year they really struggled with keeping any kind of growth on the field, but this looks nice this year.
So far, so good with the new mix. 1-2 on Andy Fox. Throwing to first, Lopez. Close again. Count 2-2 on Andy Fox.
Something Braves catchers, both Eddie Perez and Javi Lopez, have done more the last couple of years. Every now and then they get one, but what they always end up doing is shorten that lead at first, take away a little of the aggressiveness.
Two men out, 2-2 on Fox. Outside. Full count.
You saw John look over and yell. Once again, apparently the Braves bench not happy with the call. Smoltz just turned and nodded to Randall Simon, who had let him know he's going to be behind the runner with 3-2. They're going to let him get a running jump.
And there he goes. 3-2 hit high in the air to right field again. Brian Jordan. An easier play this time. And he is in on the last 3 hitters of the inning. One great play, one routine catch, and one more scoreless inning for John Smoltz.
Braves baseball on the Superstation. Brought to you by the more than 2,700 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. And by the Home Depot, America's home improvement coach.
Going to the 5th inning, still 1-0 Atlanta. John Smoltz will lead off here in the 5th. He had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. Gets a chance to swing the bat this time, hitting 400, 10 for 25. With a homer and 6 RBIs.
Taking a little ribbing about that Baltimore game. Not that he had a little trouble pitching, but that he was out before he got an at-bat.
That probably upset him as much as anything. He loves to hit. 1 ball, 1 strike. Japanese 1-2. Got some pretty good numbers being posted by Braves pitchers this year at the plate. John dips under 400. You got Greg Maddux hitting 292. Kevin Millwood improved this year, 179. Tom Glavine is struggling a little bit at the plate, 111, but that'll get better. One gone. Back to the top of the order now. Ozzie Guillen. He has the game's only RBI. A 2-out double in the third. He's also grounded out second. One on Guillen.
Arizona Diamondbacks, you mentioned a number of things different here. They do a number of things different in their preparation for a series, too. During batting practice, the pitchers got their running over with, and then about the last 20 minutes of batting practice, they went in and they had their meeting to go over the hitters while batting practice was still taking place.
Little chopper over the mound, fielded by Fox. 2 gone.
Usually, you know, that's done in mass. Would you go in there? But I like that. I think when you're talking to pitchers, you want your pitchers and catchers when you're talking about how to pitch to hitters. Some of the most discombobulated meetings I've ever seen is when you get everyday players in the pitchers meetings.
Brett Boone 0 for 2. He's grounded out to short and struck out. Takes strike 1. We talked about the spot that John Smoltz had found on a couple of the Arizona hitters tonight, especially Lee. Then it seems to have found one on Boone, and he's been working that outside corner at about the knees.
Well, that's a real change, too, because prior to tonight, it had been all Brett Boone.
1-1. Went out there again, and Boone took that inside-out swing. DeLucci can't come up with it. Boone heads for second. He may get further than that. Now on his way to third. And he'll be able to go in standing. Well, there's an adjustment based on the way he was being pitched. Smart hitting by Brett Boone. It paid off for him. A triple.
On a pitcher's pitch. That's that 2-strike swing you were talking about earlier. This is not a hittable pitch. That's ankle high off the plate. But Boone, if you go at it like a guy just trying to take a little bit of a defensive swing, all he did was put the bat on it, got a little slice action because it was away from him. DeLucci gave it all he could. But nice little 2-out piece of hitting by Boone.
First triple of this season for Brett Boone. Now Chipper Jones, who was struck out and flied out. Bendis is going to stay in a windup with a runner at third. High and deep to center. Finley going back to the track, to the wall, leaps against the wall, can't get it. Boone scores. Chipper Jones heads for third. There'll be a throw made, but it's way late. Back-to-back triples. 2-0 Atlanta. 41st RBI of the year for Chipper Jones. That may be more rare than back-to-back home runs.
Normally, when you see this kind of hitting, you can blame a pitcher. But I think you got to give some credit to the Braves hitters. Boone hit a good pitch. Chipper Jones hit a good pitch. Down and away breaking ball. In most ballparks, that's a 2-run homer.
First triple of the year for Boone. First triple of the year for Chipper Jones. Now Brian Jordan. He is fly to right and was hit by a pitch. He has made some tremendous defensive plays tonight, and how timely. The Superstation ad in the Baseball Weekly this week features Brian Jordan and quotes him as saying that the biggest thrill he gets in a game is leaping against a wall and taking a home run away from somebody. Well, there's truth in advertising. He did just that to Kelly Stinnett in the bottom half of the fourth.
Here's another look at that catch. And the point you made is a very good one. Warning track, grass, it's time to get ready for the wall.
0-2 the count. One and two. Worked him inside. That's the pitch he got hit on back in the fourth inning. There's your runner at third, Chipper Jones, 2 outs. 1 run in, 2-0 now. And did he get hit again? Or did that hit his bat? Nope, it got him again. twice.
He gets so locked in, though. He's going to get hit a lot. Are they exchanging words, or is that just a slow walk? I think it's just a slow walk. But he's going to get hit a lot. When he locks onto that front leg, see, he is immobile. Steps, it's locked. He can't get out of the way of anything inside. That pitch is not that far inside.
It's the 5th time he's been hit this year. That's tops on the club.
But once he gets to that point where he's taking the stride, there is no way for him to get out of the way of anything that close.
So they're at first and third now with 2 outs. Another meeting of the minds out on the mound. Mark Connor back out. And activity starting up now in the Arizona bullpen as Javi Lopez steps to the plate. Lopez is grounded out to short and walked.
That's usually more conversation than you see in a meeting.
Well, I guess they're not going to get going out there. I thought they were. Somebody got up with the glove yet. Now they're starting to throw. That's the youngster from Korea, Byung-hyun Kim. First and third, 2 outs. And Javi Lopez, the hitter.
He's given up 2 runs, but this may be the most important hitter of the night for Venice, because if he keeps pitching Javi Lopez the way he has with breaking balls, and he doesn't put him in a perfect spot, he can get out of reach. Switch to the fastball.
Lopez with 4 career homers and 26 at-bats off Venice.
Not the pitch he was looking for, but it was too good of a pitch.
Jones and Jordan get their leads. Here's the 1-1. 2-1. This is not at all untypical of an Andy Venice game against Atlanta.
And if that's his fastball, he's dropped some velocity in a hurry on it. This pitch count's starting to climb up there, too, for only being in the 5th inning.
Approaching 80. Venice, in his career, only 5-12 against Atlanta with a pretty good earned run average, which means that he's not getting a lot of run support when he pitches. He's getting none here today so far. 2-2.
Javi Lopez wants the breaking ball to hit. It's just that Venice has put him to in perfect spots. This is normally where you throw a 2-strike breaking ball. Now, a lot of times a pitcher will try to throw another one, and it won't be in as good a position. And if it's a breaking ball hitter looking for it, this is the one they do damage on.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another save. Stinnett may be getting calls from the National Hockey League after tonight.
Well, there are some goalies that wear less equipment than he has on tonight.
3-2 on Lopez. Jordan will be taking off.
That'll be a 3-2 breaking ball.
We'll do it again, 3-2. Did he foul it off? Oh, Venice doesn't think he did. Oh, Venice is furious.
I don't blame him.
Here comes Buck Showalter now, too.
What? I don't believe he made contact with it. Kelly Stinnett did not handle it very well. Bennis really got upset. He's getting a little encouragement from Jeff Kellogg at second to calm it down. And it might be a good idea to calm it down. He's going to have to make another out pitch. Let's see if we can get a look. It really didn't look like there was contact made. Well, we can't see from that angle because of Bennett's leg. Bennis has an argument. That ball hit off the tip of the glove. Now here's the fallout effect from that. He missed that a half a foot. Fallout effect is he's going to have to make another out pitch.
Another 3-2 pitch.
And another 3-2 pitch.
He's already made 2 of them.
And he's made 2 good ones. Now he's going to have to make another one because of that missed call. In close ball games, when you're struggling, that'll hurt you.
Jordan didn't budge. That's the reason for that fake to third. Try to get the first base runner to take off when you turn and get him hung up. Another 3-2 to Lopez. And he lost it, ball 4. Oh, see how annoyed Bennis was? He grabbed the throw back from Kelly Stinnett barehanded.
Well, you can't blame me for being upset. That call was missed, and you know what's kind of unfortunate about it is that there wasn't help asked for. If there's some question, a lot of times an umpire will ask one of the other umpires. But help wasn't given, and it wasn't asked for.
Bases loaded now with 2 outs. Ryan Klesko, the hitter. He is grounded out to second, fly to center.
Well, you've got a guy who's really battled to pitch himself out of a jam, and that took it away from him.
Ryan could break this one wide open. Ground ball. Bad hop over the head of Lee into right field. In to score, Chipper Jones. In to score, Brian Jordan. Over to third, Javi Lopez. It winds up being a 2-run single for Klesko, and the Braves lead it 4-0. RBIs number 28 and 29 of the year for Klesko.
Well, he got shafted by the call, and now he gets shafted on the infield. This is a bad hop single. You got to think you're out of it. Made a good pitch to Klesko. Boomerang, kangaroo right up over it. This is where, if you're an emotional type pitcher as he is, it can really get away from you on the first pitch here.
Andrew Jones, a strikeout and a walk.
And if you're Andrew Jones, you've got to look for something to hammer here.
And he just missed it. He got under it into left field, not very deep. Gonzalez there for the catch. And that's all for Atlanta in the 5th inning. And a very upset Andy Bennis heads back to the Arizona dugout. But the Braves are smiling. 3 runs in the 5th, 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
Joe Simpson, Skip Carey with you now. We go to the bottom of the 5th. A very lucky inning, Joe, for Atlanta.
Well, if you get a break like the Braves apparently got there on the call by Dana DeMuth where it indicated that Javi fouled that ball off, it's only what you do with it after that. And the Braves put together a pretty good 2-out rally there with back-to-back triples. And if Andy Bennis was having some hard luck, he certainly suffered it on the bad hop single over Travis Lee's head.
Now Andy's asking Javi, did you really foul tip that ball? And Javi says, El no comento.
Yeah. Well, when Bennis walked off the mound, he apologized to Dana DeMuth for flipping out, for not getting the call, but I'm not so sure that he wasn't right to begin with.
Well, John Smoltz has himself a fairly substantial lead now. And he deals high, 1 ball, no strikes. Threw it right by him. 1-1 the count. That was John's 84th pitch of the night. Slider over the outside corner. That's the pitch he has to be able to throw to be effective, and he has been able to throw it tonight.
Just has to pick and choose where he uses it. I don't think it'd be unfair to characterize John Starks as a start and then 3 days of trying to rehab his elbow to make sure it's ready for the next start. And he has to do whatever it takes to get it ready.
Off Smoltz's glove. Look at him react. 1 down. I think it went off his glove. Yeah, he's all right. One away.
More tough luck for Venice. Quick reactions, too. Nope, got him on the leg.
But look at him react. Man, that's an athlete.
Jeff Porter out to make sure he's okay.
They may let him throw a few here. Now Bobby Cox is going to come out. The umpire, Dana DeMuth, is in the middle of all that.
Well, they'll have to get a tractor to drag him off. He's got to go through this inning to be the pitcher of record, but it looks like it hurt pretty good. He's grimacing a little bit.
Maybe they'll take his mind off his elbow.
Yeah.
They'll put that freezing compound, that ethyl chloride, on there.
Looks more muscle than shin bone, and that's good. Right off the inside of his left leg.
But that reaction after getting hit like that, it never ceases to amaze me.
He felt it, but he wasn't even thinking about it until after he made the play. Needed to get the out.
So now he'll take a few warm-up tosses, and let's see how he goes. Nothing wrong with that. He says, let's go. He doesn't want to take too many.
No. And I don't think you're going to see John, having thrown 86 pitches already, I don't think you're going to see him pitch much past the 5th or 6th inning anyway.
Top of the order, Tony Womack will be the batter. Boy, this would be a pretty good time to bunt, wouldn't it?
I would. See how quick he reacts on a drag bunt.
He's swinging away, and he pops it foul to left, 0-1. 4-0 Braves, our score. 4-5-0 for Atlanta, 0-3-0 for Arizona. Pop foul back and out of play again. I was talking in the lobby with Randall Simon and Andrew Jones today, and they were both complaining about the heat. That's how hot it is here. They're from Curacao. Line foul. Chipper just missed it. Still 0-2. Randall was saying he played in that Arizona Fall League a couple years ago. They played at 105 every afternoon. One day it was 115 degrees.
That's what you could always count on, I guess.
Wow.
115 at 105.
Yeah. Or 105 at 115. High pop left side. Everybody chasing it, but it reached the seats.
Earlier tonight, when Womack was up there, and it was an inning where he was leading off, and it's a little different than with one out, but Ozzie Guillen was trying to get the attention of the dugout. He thought maybe Chipper could back up when Womack got 2 strikes on him, yet Chipper still plays even with the bag. Guarding the line, yes, but he could back up here, I think.
Upstairs, 1-2 the count. I'm sure Pete and Don told you about the minor league trade that the Braves engineered tonight. But in case you just joined us, we'll give you that information again in a moment.
Chipper does back up a couple of steps behind the bag now.
High and outside, 2-2. Mark Pachota of Marietta, Georgia, traded to Kansas City from Richmond. He'll join the Kansas City team in Toronto tomorrow. And the Braves pick up 24-year-old second baseman Jose Cepeda, nephew of Orlando Cepeda. He was playing at Wilmington in the Carolina this year, the Carolina League, hitting .318 in 58 games. He'll go over to Myrtle Beach. Still 2-2.
You know what I like about that deal is that here's Pachota, who had been released, I believe, in spring training. The Braves signed him, and yet they really perhaps did not have any plans for him, immediate plans in the big leagues, but they didn't stand in his way when somebody else came to call.
Ground ball up the middle. Guillen cannot get there. He'd have never thrown him out anyway, and a fast man is on with 1 out. Womack has his first hit of the night, and David DeLucci will be the batter.
This ball goes right by John. He couldn't reach it, and neither could Ozzie. But by that time, Womack was about a step from first base.
David DeLucci has looped a liner to short. He is struck out looking. Goes Javi's throw late, and he stole that off John Smoltz. Javi did all he could do and made it closer than I thought he would.
Javi looked like a middle infielder getting rid of the ball down there, but a huge lead to begin with, and no effort to try to drive him back to shorten that lead. Number 29 for Womack.
DeLucci waits. The 1-0 pitch is chopped softly, foul to first. 1-1 the count.
Jay Bell's just getting a night off, which really results in DeLucci playing. That's because Womack moves into play second from his usual right field position for the Diamondbacks. But no harm with DeLucci playing. He's hitting over 380 coming into play.
375 now. Two and one. Boy, this is some booth we got here. We could chop this up into about 4 of them.
We have a football scrimmage in here.
Yeah.
Draw off lines.
There you go.
You'd have to play nose guard.
Yeah, that's right. Fly ball left field should be caught. Klesko drifts over near the line, puts it away for the second out, and gets it in a hurry with Womack out there. You never know. Here's Luis Gonzalez, 1 for 2. $41,499 paid here tonight.
Expecting huge crowds all weekend.
Don't forget Sunday, it's an 8:05 game. It's not an ESPN game. It will not be televised. I don't believe by anyone.
I asked about that. Why in the world we were playing at 5 o'clock on Sunday if it was not an ESPN game.
Strike to Gonzalez.
I was told that they conducted a poll with the fans apparently last year and asked them what time they like Sunday starts. 1, 5, or 7, and they said 5 o'clock, and that's why the team starts at 5:05.
Ground ball to short should end the inning. Guillen unloads, and the inning is over, and Smoltz continues to roll merrily along, though he's thrown an awful lot of pitches. Up right around 100. The end of 5. 4-0 Atlanta.
Time for our Budweiser game summary as we go to the top half of the 6th inning. John Smoltz has blanked the Diamondbacks on 4 hits. They're the top hitting team in the National League. And the Braves have gotten some timely hitting, including back-to-back triples in the 5th inning from Boone and Chipper Jones, and Klesko had that bases loaded bad hop single over Travis Lee that added to the lead in the 5th. That's your Budweiser game summary.
Randall Simon leads things off as we go to the 6th inning.
Quite a lot of action out there in the pool tonight.
We're all for that. Chopper toward first should be easy, and is as Travis Lee makes the play. 1 out. Here's Smoltz.
What a disappointment. He has to look at the scoreboard and see 385 for an average instead of 400.
He finally caught up with me the other day. I said, gee, I wish I could hit a home run. Oh, yeah, I already did. Did you see it? 1-1 the count.
John was funny. He was talking to Dave Baker, our radio engineer on the Braves radio network, and he was talking about his troubles he's been battling through with his elbow. Good cut. But he said, Dave offered a suggestion. Well, you know, you could always go back to the minor leagues and maybe spend a winter learning how to throw left-handed. John said, no, I'd go back to the minor leagues and get 500 bats and then come back.
Not that time, my friend. That is strikeout number 3 for Bennis. Make that 4, excuse me. And Ozzie Guillen, the batter. Ozzie 1 for 3, a big hit, a double to center. Braves have 5 hits, a double, and 2 triples among them.
Ball carries well here. Andrew Jones was talking about that before the ball game. I'm not sure if that added to Ozzie's 400-foot-plus double, but that ball jumped over Finley's head back in the 3rd inning.
Andrew playing with that twisted ankle, but showing no ill effects. There's another base hit. A solid shot by Guillen. His 2nd hit of the night. That brings Brett Boone to the plate. He tripled, later scored an inning ago.
Ordinarily, Ozzie likes to inside out the ball, but watch how he gets his hands in here on this low fastball. Just drops the head down, brings his hands in a little bit. Kept his head right on the ball, as he learned from Walt Briniak while he was playing for all those years in Chicago.
Here's Brett Boone. Low and away. His triple went down the right field line, sort of a looping line drive his last time up. Crowd is 41,499. They're very quiet at the moment. John Smoltz has bamboozled the Snakes so far tonight.
It's too bad Ozzie doesn't have any fun playing this game.
Yeah. Ski rack right through there. 2 balls, 1 strike. First, Ozzie goes diving back.
He was leaning a little bit.
Darren Holmes up and throwing in the bullpen for Arizona. Kenny's back easily. There's Darren Holmes. Performer. 2-1 pitch. Right outside. 3-1. Chipper Jones next.
Their bullpen, the biggest area of concern. They added Dan Plesac to their bullpen this week with a trade. It sent Tony Batista to Toronto along with John Frascatore.
Strike 2. Boy, Confusion everywhere that time. Boone was running toward first. Stinnett never threw, as if he thought it was ball 4, but it was called strike 2. Ozzie steals his second base in 4 tries.
That was a pretty good deke by Boone, you know. By him moving toward first, maybe Stinnett thought it was a ball.
Now a base hit means an insurance run. But there are 2 out in the inning. Outside, he walked him.
We got some information on those back-to-back triples by Boone and Chipper Jones last inning, Skip. The last time the Braves had back-to-back triples was by Javi Lopez and Rafael Belliard in August of 1995 at Chicago off Terry Adams. And we want to thank the Elias folks for that information.
Oh, they do a terrific job, don't they?
Amazing.
2 on, 2 out. Ball foul, pass first, 0-1.
Check out Chipper's stance tonight. He was working before the game in the cage under the stadium with Don Baylor and Ned Yost on some soft toss. He said he's just not comfortable, not happy the way he's swinging at pitches inside left-handed. And usually you're used to seeing Chipper with his hands up and behind him, and tonight he's got that bat kind of rested on his shoulder.
Stay right. He didn't think too much of that, but he's in the hole 0-2. They play him straight away and very deep, as you might expect. That one's too far downstairs. A ball and 2 strikes.
Boy, Stinnett's done a great job tonight. I'll bet he's blocked about 10 to a dozen balls that have been in the dirt like that, and he's handled them all great.
Lee.
Pellicutis. Assistant general manager for the Seattle Mariners.
Lee Pellicutis. 1-2 the count. Broken bat, pop fly. It's going to fall for a hit, and a run should score. And the other runner races to third. He broke his bat, but he'll take it. A bloop hit, and it's 5-0. And again, with 2 out and nobody on, Bennis sort of comes apart at the seams. Same thing happened an inning ago.
Chipper picks up his second RBI of the night, and it was on a breaking ball. Expected Guillen to score on this ball, but that's a tough play to go to third on with Steve Finley in center field, but Brett Boone got a great jump.
Here comes Buck Showalter, and that might be all for Bennis. And it is. So Brian Jordan will not be hit by Andy Bennis again tonight. And manager Buck Showalter, without a phone, makes the Bell South call to the bullpen. Darren Holmes on the pitch for the Diamondbacks, with runners on first and third and 2 out. Holmes 3-3 at 2.77 earned run average in 24 games. League hitting .230 against it. Brian Jordan will be at the plate when he completes his warm-up tosses. O'Dallas against Omar tomorrow. O'Dallas Perez against Omar Dahl. We'll have it for you on TBS at 10 o'clock Eastern time, and then Sunday's game will be on the Braves radio network only.
Darren Holmes has reduced his ERA quite a bit over his last 12 outings. He's gone from 4.15 to 277. He's only given up runs a couple of times over those 13 innings. Got a great curveball. Andy Bennis came off the field, and normally you see a guy come off the field working as hard as he was working. You see a few guys there to greet him at the dugout, pat him on the back, shake his hand or something. There wasn't one soul standing there in the dugout to shake his hand.
He, after strolling around the dugout, took a walk up the tunnel.
Even his pitching coach, Mark Connor, standing there. Nothing.
Well, here's Brian Jordan. He has flied to right. He has been hit by a pitch twice. He has scored a run and stolen a base.
And made a sensational catch.
Saved 2 runs with it. There's the strike right in there. 0-1. Looks in. There goes Chipper. Pitch is outside. He steals it standing up. Now base hit means 2 more runs.
Good move there because Holmes was so slow to the plate with his leg kick. Chipper was halfway to second base before the ball ever got to home.
As you can tell, Buck Showalter not too thrilled with that. The 1-1. Breaking ball outside. Hobby would be next. 2 balls and a strike. There are 2 out in the inning. A run is in. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung, ground ball to short. Fox has to wait. Fields throws. Just did get him, and the inning is over. So Holmes gets out of it. A run on 2 hits and 2 left. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. 5-0 Atlanta. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Matt Williams will lead it off. He is 1 for 2 and flirted with a home run on his other trip, and he takes a strike. Both bullpens busy. Kevin McGlinchey for Atlanta, Ed Vosberg for Arizona.
A tough 2nd inning. Left the bases loaded by striking out Venice.
John has already thrown 101 pitches in this game. Upstairs, 1-1. Our count in the truck has him now at 105 pitches. Fly ball twisting down the right field line. A long run for Jordan. Into foul territory. He's got it. Williams is retired. 1 away for Travis Lee.
You don't often see him hit the ball that way, but you're certainly happy to see it and thrilled to retire him on a foul ball.
Thrilled to retire him anyway. Boy, he is red hot. Extended a hitting streak to 19 games already tonight. Right center field. Who wants this one? Jordan is called off by Andrew. 2 out. Greg Maddox's dad here watching the Braves this weekend.
Greg not scheduled to pitch until the Braves come home. He'll get the first game of that Montreal series on Tuesday.
Finley takes the strike. He's 1 for 2. John Smoltz making his 12th start of the year. And if the Orioles are watching this game tonight, they're saying that can't be the same guy we saw.
No. They may be saying the same thing about the whole team. The Braves played so poorly in that series, but they certainly rebounded in Houston.
Ground ball should end the inning. Simon takes it himself, wins the race, and the inning is over. And the 6th goes by in a big hurry. 1, 2, 3, nothing doing. At the end of 6 complete. 5-0 Atlanta.
Braves baseball on the Superstation. Brought to you by Everstart Battery. All the cold cranking power your truck, car, boat, or more will ever need. Available at Walmart. And by Wendy's Super Value Menu. You can depend on it.
We go to the 7th inning here. Javi Lopez will lead things off for Atlanta. He's 0 for 1 with a couple of walks.
A lot of high fives in the dugout after Smoltz finished the 6th inning. Looks like he's done for the night.
And if he is, he worked 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Javi, Ryan Klesko, Andrew Jones to hit here in the 7th. Don't forget, Montreal comes to town on Tuesday night. They're in for 3. Then the Mets for 3 before we go to Montreal and New York. Holmes delivers. Swung, ground ball, Fox to his left. Good play. Off balance throw. Got him 1 out. Nice play.
I'll tell you what, he is a loosey-goosey guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Guy 6'4". He is very limber. Very valuable utility player. Can play in the outfield or just about anywhere on the infield. But watch this release. Former New York Yankee and an accurate throw. Snow coned this one a little bit, but had some quick feet.
He reminds you of an old-time shortstop like Marty Marion out of Atlanta. Played for so many years. Ryan Klesko looks at a strike. McGlinchey looks like he'll be next in line for Atlanta here.
Is Marion real slender like that?
Yeah, early in his career. As he got older, he got a little bigger and stronger. There's a rifle shot for foul. The count. Ryan has a 2-run single in this game, a bad hop single. The stretch and the 0-2 pitch. Down and in. It's 1-2.
Old-time baseball right there. Guy has a good cut on you, and you come back and make sure you get part of the plate back. Ryan might be able to guess breaking ball or off-speed pitch here.
1-2. Breaking ball inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I don't want to be presumptuous. I'm not sure what it stands for, but he's got Holmes has a number 14 on his hat, and he and Galarraga were teammates in Colorado.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. By the way, did you hear the latest on Andrus?
No.
Oh, man, it's all gone. Let's see. Line hard. Look out, folks. He's got to have a little more radiation therapy on his back, but no more chemo.
That's great.
And he's just about 100% healthy and raring to go. Now, whether he'll be able to come back and play baseball this year, I don't know. That would be a miracle. But the most important thing is his health is terrific. Did he go? He did. And Klesko is retired. 3 in a row set down by Darren Holmes. Andrew, the batter. With Randall Simon moving on deck.
Andrew told me before the game he had moved up on the plate a little bit. But I think all that has done has caused him to for him to make his first move away from the plate, trying to pull everything. Did hit a home run last night. Had 2 homers in the Houston series.
Downstairs, it's even now. 1-1. Cubs losing again to the Giants, 4-0 in the 6th. Joe will have all the scores for you shortly. On the award
winning Delta scoreboard. Glenn Diamond, our producer tonight. Gary Lehman, our director. Adam Frazier in charge of... What is Adam in charge of? Adam Carrion. What did I say? What's he in charge of? Graphics coordination. Base hit up the middle. Joe mentioned on radio, and he's absolutely right. This field is so fast, it's almost like AstroTurf.
Every ball hit on the infield tonight has really scooted. Early on, it was obvious some balls got to the infielders quickly, and this one gets past Tony Womack, who has great range at second base, and good to see Andrew hit a base hit up the middle. Grass here in great shape, so much better than it was last year, and it's kind of funny. By comparison to what they had, they spent a fortune on sod, a specially developed sod for this stadium last year, and it failed. This year they got Kentucky bluegrass, and it's thriving.
Yes, it is. Andrew edges away into the dirt. Stinnett, another good job. 1 ball, no strikes. Does any running here? If he does, and they walk Simon, Keith Lockhart's on deck. 1-1 the count.
Well, Holmes hasn't gotten much quicker to the plate. He's still got a leg kick from that odd stance he comes into. That stiff front leg, he's got to pick it up at some point. If you key on that, you can get a pretty good jump. That front knee's got to bend.
Low snap throw to first. Andrew gets back.
Andrew told me his ankle's not too bad today. Randall told me his knee's a little better too.
Two balls, 1 strike. Outfield straight away. 3-1 now the count. This has been an odd game. In the 5th, the Braves got 3 runs after 2 were out, nobody on. Got a run last inning after 2 out, nobody on, and they threatened here after 2 out, and nobody was on. 2 on, 2 out for Lockhart. First walk for Holmes.
John Smoltz ERA dropped tonight with his 6 shutout innings. They went from 347 to 320.
Looks like double switch time here for the Snakes. Bernard Gilkey is heading into the game to play somewhere. He doesn't know where yet.
He's headed to right.
Finley's coming in. Well, we'll work it all out in a minute. We'll be back right after this. Okay, a bunch of changes here for the Diamondbacks. Bernard Gilkey checks into the game to play right field. David DeLucci moves to center field from right. And Ed Vosberg comes into the game to pitch.
He just got called up. They had just signed him as a free agent. San Diego had released him earlier, and he'd only been with them since about the 10th of June, and they called him up because Greg Swindell went on the disabled list. Swindell injured his ribs jumping into the fence in Anaheim, shagging fly balls and trying to rob somebody of a home run in batting practice. Keith Lockhart has been called back as well for the Braves. Gerald Williams has a bat.
By the way, is it tomorrow, Glenn, at 4:05? Tomorrow at 4:05, just to get you in the mood for Diamondback baseball, we're going to have a movie on TBS called Silent Predators. A story about a bunch of snakes taking over a city. Sounds suspiciously like a production meeting to me, but Harry Hamlin is the star, along with the snakes, who are nameless. Gerald Williams will hit for Lockhart, who hit for Smoltz. And the left-hander ready to go to work. Rosberg will try to slither out of this two-out jam in the seventh for the Diamondbacks. How can snakes take over town? They don't even have arms and legs to use the phone and stuff.
Yeah, but they're crafty.
I guess so. Built low to the ground.
Not exactly a good start for Vosburg with that first attempt at a curve.
That was jerked hard, but fouled to left. It's 1-1.
Vosburg's got quite a bit of big league time. A couple of stints with the Padres. He also pitched in the World Series in '97 for the Florida Marlins.
Gerald out of the box for a moment. You see his good work as a pinch hitter. Guys do that. What's the point of that?
Shorten his lead a little bit. Even if there's nobody covering, you might get him to shorten his lead and
now time is called. They're throwing junk on the field.
give his outfielders a chance in case there's a base hit here.
Somebody lost a baseball out of the left field seats. Anyway, that movie is Silent Predators. 4:05 tomorrow.
Great play by Stinnett. He has been terrific back there tonight.
He really has.
Braves have done a lot of good work tonight after two were out. Two out double by Guillen. Got them started in the third inning. Got all three of the runs in the fifth after two were out. Likewise in the sixth, they got a run after the first two batters had been retired.
High fly ball into center field. That's playable. DeLucci in right center puts it away, and the inning is over. So Vosburg comes in to get out of it. One hit, no runs, no errors, two left. The Braves have left a bunch of runners in this game, 10 of them. We go to the bottom half of the seventh. Seventh inning here. A couple of changes for Atlanta. Gerald Williams stays in the game to play left field for defensive purposes. Ryan Plesko comes out, and Kevin McGlinchey is now on the mound, and Kevin could use a good outing.
Yes, he could. Last couple of outings have not been his best work. In fact, last two appearances, 2 innings, 6 hits and 5 runs with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Raised his ERA from 1.8 to 3.09.
So here we go. Kelly Stinnett will lead it off. He has a 7-game hitting streak on the line, and he's 0 for 2. 41,499 paid here in Phoenix tonight.
It's a fun ballpark, isn't it?
Yeah, I really like it. I really like the scoreboards. I think they're terrific. McGlinchey goes to work. Stinnett doesn't get it. 0-1.
It's a spacious ballpark to straightaway center, not necessarily to the gaps. Only 376 to each gap in right center and left center.
Other thing I really like is that path between the mound and home plate. That's the way all the ballparks used to be in the 40s and 50s.
A distinguishing mark here at this ballpark.
Strike over the outside corner. 1-2 the count.
They had the roof open for the entire series with the Marlins. It was just completed, but I understand it's going to be closed for virtually the rest of the summer during games.
Pop out of play.
The ball has always jumped in this city. I don't know if it's the hot weather, the climate, whatever it is that does it. I mean, over at the old ballpark, the AAA ballpark at Municipal Stadium, it was 440 to straightaway center and 412 in the gaps.
Wow. Got him. High fastball. Stinetta's out of there, one away. McGlinchey off to a good start. And Andy Fox, the batter. Bernard Gilkey moves on deck. Things doing in the pool, Glenn Diamond, Gary Lumen.
It's one of the restaurants out in left center.
Yeah, they're in there having a big time. Well hit to right field, but playable for Brian Jordan. 2 out. So 2 are gone in a hurry here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Gilkey. Bernard hitting .302 with 4 homers, 12 RBIs. Has batted just 86 times.
Can't find a place for him to squeeze into the lineup enough. After a tough year last year, I think it was Bernard who first got everybody thinking about having that eye surgery, that radiokeratotomy or what, I don't know how to say it, but it certainly has helped him this year.
In his last 8 starts, he's hit .407. He has 1,000 hits in his career. High pop, everybody chasing it. Chipper, no.
Hit the girder.
It hits a girder. What does that mean? It's a foul ball and no play, I guess.
Ozzy's still looking for the ball down the line. Fans were pointing to it for him down over by the third base bag. Chipper's got his glove on his head. It hit a girder in foul territory and dropped foul. It was supposed to come down over here.
That must be a funny feeling. 1-1 the count. Strike 2 call. Ball's got a good fastball working tonight.
I'll say 97 on that pitch.
1-2 the count. Breaking ball misses outside. 2-2. Colorado outlasted Florida tonight. Typical game in Denver, 11-10. Fouled out of play.
I know by comparison to other ballparks that Coors Field is very spacious too, but that's a place where they could have exaggerated the dimensions too to make it more fair in terms of runs scored and home runs.
The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, deep short. Ozzie unloads in a hurry, gets him, inning over. So McGlinchey sets him down 1-2-3 at the end of 7. Braves continue to enjoy a 5-0 lead.
A lot of finals for you tonight on the Delta scoreboard. Cincinnati beat Milwaukee. Houston shut out Montreal. Shane Reynolds with a complete game effort. Mets beat St. Louis. La Russa and Duncan ejected there. Colorado 3 in the 9th beat Florida. 4-2 San Diego over Pittsburgh. Game still in progress. Philadelphia now has beaten Los Angeles. That's a final. And San Francisco has a home run from Barry Bonds. Over in the American League, Texas a winner. Baltimore beat Chicago and got back on the winning track. Seattle a winner. Detroit beat Oakland, Kansas City over Toronto, the Yankees beat Anaheim, Minnesota beat Tampa Bay.
Ozzie Guillen faces Ed Vosberg and fouls one off to left. Hard to believe that talent-packed Dodger team is 9 games out already and now 5 games under the 500 mark.
Scuffler. They signed Craig Counsell the other day. Got him off the waiver wire.
About time to fire some more coaches, I guess. 1-1 the count.
Worked pretty good for the Mets.
Yeah, they've played very well since Atlanta. But the Dodgers have not.
No.
2-1 the count. Ozzie's had a good night in the field and at the dish. A wave has broken out here and a paper airplane has made its way to the field. This is a weak wave, though.
Wait till it gets to the swimming pool, though.
Oh, yeah, then he will. Strike called.
Ozzie's getting into this everyday playing stuff. He's gotten into a little routine now, and he's getting on base a lot. 2 times again tonight. He walked 4 times in that 4-game series at Houston.
Full count, 3-2. Brett Boone is next, as you see, then Chipper Jones. We are in the 8th. Braves trying to make it 4 in a row and ensure themselves of an above 500 road trip. Line drive, Ozzie's 3rd hit of the night.
he's running down the line looking in the Braves dugout. I don't know who he's mugging for, but another big night for him.
He came on the bus again and with a false salute. Hello, my teammates.
Down and got that pitch. No stride. And then a little look over in the dugout.
Boone stands in. High fly ball, center field. DeLucci back. Ozzie's going to tag. He's feeling his oats tonight. Here's the catch. He's going to try. Here's the throw. He is safe.
What a slide. Way to go, Ozzie. Good hustle. Good heads-up play. Already up by 5 runs. A little insurance wouldn't hurt. Getting into scoring position. DeLucci caught that ball a little flat-footed, never expecting him to tag. And look at this slide. And hangs onto the bag. Good call down there at second base by Jeff Kellogg, too.
Here's Chipper with a runner in scoring position, 1 out. Yeah, if he slides straight at the bag, he is dead meat there. Downstairs to Chipper.
There's a little something for the young players to learn from, too. Still battling and still trying to get an extra run.
And to get his breath back.
That may take a while.
1 ball, no strikes. It's 2-0.
As poorly as the Braves played in that Baltimore series, Skip, they're doing some things really well right now, and they're playing like a first-place ball club and moving runners over, doing some fundamental things, taking advantage of mistakes by the other team, and just all-out good hustle there by Ozzie, a good example of it.
Ground ball up the middle. Fox dives, makes the play, throws from one knee, did not get him, and they're on the corners with 1 out. Third hit of the night for Chipper. They've come in succession. Brian Jordan is 0 for 2, a right-hander in the bullpen for both teams.
Well, a terrific play here by Fox. Number one, just saved a run. And he almost turns it into an out, just a half step short of an out. But the tag up by Ozzie almost resulted in a run here, except for the good play by Andy Fox.
Vladimir Nunez comes in to pitch, and we'll be back. We're ready for the break, Glenn. We'll be back right after this. Vladimir Nunez checks into the game and becomes the fourth pitcher of the night. Nunez is 1-0, a 1.99 earned run average. He's worked in 22 2/3 innings.
He's been tough, too. He's allowed an earned run in just 4 of his last 17 outings. And something else that's pretty good about him, 18 strikeouts there in 22 innings. He's inherited 8 runners in relief work, and only 1 of them have scored. So that's going to be pretty important here as the Diamondbacks try to keep the Braves from adding to their 5-0 lead.
Nunez defected from the Cuban national B team back in October of '95. Last year was 4-4 at Tucson. His best year, '96 at Lethbridge, 10-0 with a 2.22 earned run average. He goes by Vladimir Nunez, but his real name is Vladimir Nunez Zarabanza. The big right-hander goes toward Brian Jordan up there to try to add some insurance. Brian steps out. Now everybody is ready. High, 1 ball, no strikes. Nunez again looks in. Swung and missed the slider.
Diamondbacks were looking forward to this series, Skip, because they were looking to find out how good a baseball they had really been playing. They've made the charge into first place. They'd played the Giants near the end of May and had handled them pretty well. But since then, some lower division teams, and they were anxious to see how they fared against another first place ball club. Tonight it hasn't been so good for them, at least so far.
And the Giants would figure to move a game closer. They're winning big against the Cubs. 2 balls and a strike. Jordan has flied to right, grounded to short, been hit by pitches twice, and stolen a base. Made him look bad there. 2-2 the count. Javi on deck.
I can see, Skip, how he can make some right-handers look bad with that 3/4 to sidearm delivery. He's a big guy, 6'4", 225, and throws hard.
Brian got a piece of that one, fouled it back. Well, let's see. Tomorrow morning we can watch the College World Series, right?
Right.
Tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock on here, Silent Predators, the big snake movie. And then come out here and take on the Diamondbacks. A thrill-packed day. That will not get the run home. And it's the second out of the inning. So we need a 2-out hit from Javi, which has sort of been his specialty the last couple of years.
Especially of this game for the Braves. Maybe their 2-out luck will continue here.
Braves have left 10 runners aboard and have 2 out there now.
None have left tonight, so they've been safe out there in the pool.
I'm going to have to talk to Torrangel. There are way too many males out of that pool area. There's one reason right there on the left of your screen. The 0-1. Nunez looking great.
He's not only is he throwing hard, but he threw Javi a nasty breaking pitch to start him in this at bat, just to let him know that pitch was there and to make his knees a little weak.
The batter's box and the catcher's box are just about totally obliterated. High drive into center field, but not far enough. Galucci is there, and the inning is over. Nunez gets out of it. 2 hits, no runs, no errors, 2 left. Braves have left 12, bottom of the 8th. Atlanta on top, 5-0. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Kevin McClinchy continues to pitch for Atlanta. And the top of the order up there for the Diamondbacks. This is a good team. They, like the Braves, have won 40 games this year. So though you have the 5-run lead, this is not going to be a walk in the park the rest of the way.
Smoltz and McClinchy have really pitched them tough. This is a ball club that I know Pete and Don talked about, leading the league in hitting and average runs per game, hits, home runs. They score runs in bunches, and with their home run attack, a threat always to get back in the ball game with one swing of the bat.
Womack leads it off and takes a strike. 0-1. That's one difference in McClinchy tonight. He's getting ahead of the hitters. Womack 1 for 3 with a stolen base, his 29th of the year and 32 times. A little bit outside. It's even now, 1-1. He jammed him with a slider. He had a terrible swing at that. 1-2.
There was a late breaking pitch, too, and I think Womack was looking for something inside, and when he got it, he started his swing and then realized it was about to eat him up. Can dive into this. Had no shot.
Pop foul back. That was a silent predator pitch.
Kind of snaked in on him. I wonder if those are like anacondas that take over that town.
I don't know. I don't know much about the movie.
These guys are rattlers here, you know.
Yeah. That's foul tipped. Still 1-2. This is, by the way, an encore presentation among silent predators, snakes taking over that town. Encore presentation means we've showed it once before.
Oh, thanks.
Good hit. Looped foul over the dugout. Down the third base line. Everybody's okay, and a youngster comes away with the ball. Ganny fouls it off. He's a tough little guy up there, pesky hitter.
He's getting out on his front foot, try to guard the outside corner. Might be a good time to throw that breaking ball down and in again.
One ball, two strikes. You think we should have one of those movie review contests again like we used to do? Joe, where people can write in 100 words or less to review the movie. Womack is out of there, one down.
I don't remember that. I have to.
Oh, it's been a long time, I guess, since we've done it. But the winner gets an autographed Braves baseball. Yeah, I think we should do that.
Can we start with the next movie?
No, we're going to start with Silent Predators. It's on tomorrow at 4:05 Eastern Time. Just send the letters to me and care of the Braves. Or should we have them sent to Glenn at TBS?
Does it have to be 100 words? Could it be like 10 words?
It can't be 100 or less.
Yeah, so 10 or less would be probably better.
No. You don't understand. You got to get people's creative juices flowing.
I understand that if it's 100 words or less, you're not going to be the guy to open those letters.
I sure will. I will. Every one of them. Yes, either send them to me at the ballpark or to Glenn Diamond at TBS. Either one will be fine. And Glenn and I together will pick out the winner. That's out of play.
McGlinchey's throwing hard tonight. Maybe his best fastball in 4, 5, 6 outings. Had one tonight that popped at 97 miles an hour, and the Diamondbacks are having trouble getting around on him.
Look out. Boy, that hit a guy wire and went plunging straight down into the seats, but everybody's all right. Well, he's not really all right. He got it right in the crazy bone.
That's better than the head bone or
locations more southerly than that. That's out of play. Still 1-2. Okay, for the last time, the movie is Silent Predators, 4:05 tomorrow.
I'm going to send one your way in a minute.
Send a review of 100 words or less, and you have a chance to win a Braves autographed baseball. The 1-2 pitch. It's even now, 2-2. Now there's a true fan, true Diamondback fan. DeLucci keeps spoiling him. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I wonder if she's featured in any of the Diamondbacks magazines, you know, about tattoos and things.
I don't know. But I'm glad you brought that up, because there is a feature about tattoos in the Braves official magazine, Shop Talk, 1-800-700-CHOP. Two balls, 2 strikes. Count stays the same. Full count now, 3-2.
Another 95
baseball. He lost it. A one-out walk to DeLucci, who had a very good at-bat there. First base runner against Kevin. John Rocker up in the Atlanta bullpen.
Well, if he throws as hard as he's talking right now, it'll be a real quick inning for him when he comes in. Dripping it off there pretty good.
That's Bobby Dews hiding behind the pole out there. Luis Gonzalez, the batter. Strike at the knees, outside edge, 0-1.
That's a pretty amazing number right there. Only 7 games which he's failed to get a hit.
A career .268 major league hitter came into this game hitting at .369. Now he's at .368, 100 points better than you would figure. Took some off, good pitch, 0-2. And he's a terrific fella, and after all these years of sort of knocking around, it's great to see him have this kind of success.
Short, quick swing, and uses that open stance to his advantage too. He doesn't stay open like that. He closes up a little bit. Tough 2-strike hitter, the best in the league, hitting .329 when he's got 2 strikes on him.
That's what he's got now. 1-2, down and in. Matt Williams is on deck.
Ron Belliard second in that category. Mark Grace third.
Chased a high fastball. Strikeout number 3 for Kevin McGlinchey, and Matt Williams, the batter.
And you don't get him to chase bad pitches like that. That's why he's so tough with 2 strikes. But that ball seemed to rise. It came out of Kevin's hand, exploded up there, and got higher as it got closer to the plate, and Gonzalez couldn't lay off.
And was upset with himself, as you could see. Matt Williams extended his hitting streak to 19 games with a first-inning single. He has flied to left and flied to right since. Ground ball up the middle. That'll get through. Runners at first and second. Didn't hit it that hard, but in a perfect spot. And here's a guy can hurt you, Travis Lee.
Matt Williams last year, for the year for the Diamondbacks, hit 20 home runs, had 71 RBIs. This year he's already got 19 homers and 63 ribbies.
Javi Lopez on his way to the mound. This may be to give Rocker a little more chance to get ready. Javi trots back behind home plate. Lee tonight has walked, struck out, and flied to center.
Former Brave Greg Colbert in the on-deck circle.
Right back off McGlinchey's leg. Throws to first in time, inning over. Let's see if he's all right. That ball was socked.
That was a direct hit right off the shin, and he's limping a little bit.
But he made the play and got the runner, and the inning is over. 1 hit. No runs, no errors, 2 runners left. We go on to the 9th. It's 5-0 Braves.
Braves lead 5-0 as we go to the 9th. And a reminder that you'll want to stay with TBS. Unfriendly spirits invade a young family's home in Poltergeist. Coming up next on the Superstation. Craig T. Nelson in that one. Got him to start, led right into coach. You know, it's just a natural thing, right in from ghost to coach. Greg Colburn's going to check into the game to play first base. They do a double switch because the new pitcher is Greg Olson.
And not only that, Greg Colburn is at first base. Or did you just say that?
Otis Nixon comes on to pinch hit here. Olson 3 and 4. A 4.56 earned run average, 11 saves, but he has really struggled. Come to think of it, so has Otis. He hits for McGlinchey. Nunez, 2/3 of an inning, all zeros. Otis, that's deflected. They'll never throw him out. And he hit for Nixon. Andrew Jones stands in against Greg Olson.
When the Diamondbacks came to Atlanta the first week of the season, the Braves made life miserable for Greg Olson. In the first game, he worked the 9th inning, gave up 2 runs. The Braves won that game in the 10th. Frascatore was the loser. There's part of his problems this year. And in the 3rd game, he also ran into troubles. He had come in with a lead, a 2-1 lead, and gave up 2 more runs in the 9th. And the Braves had another walk-off win. Andrew Jones with a game winner.
I remember Frascatore cutting off a throw to the plate in the first one. Yeah, they could have very easily swept us.
Yeah, should have. Should have.
Here's a look at that play way back in April.
This was the first game of that 3-game series. Andrew came through on that one. Gonzalez's throw to the plate looked like it was on target, but no chance for a play to get Brian Jordan as the pitcher cut it off, not allowing Stinnett a chance to get the tag down.
1-2 the count.
Game 2 of that series, Randy Johnson handled the Braves.
There goes Otis. No chance. An easy stolen base. He's in scoring position.
And then in game 3, off of Olson, Andrew Jones came through again. Again, it was Gonzalez to the plate and a close play. But again, it's Brian Jordan sliding through the catcher to get that winning run in again.
Nixon now 15 out of 18 in the stolen base department. Made him look bad there with a breaking ball. So Andrew is retired, 1 out.
Otis Nixon just moved past Jerry Royster, 4th place on the all-time franchise list, moving up on Rabbit Moranville.
But look who's at the top of that list too, Henry Aaron. People, for all they think about the home runs, but he was a much better player than just a home run hitter. Here's Randall Simon. Doesn't get it, 0-1.
Isn't it interesting too when you hear people talk about the new great young players, or they talk about Ken Griffey Jr., people start comparing him to Willie Mays or to other players. You never hear a player compared to Henry Aaron.
Because nobody realizes how good a player he was. That's the one negative thing about the home run record. It eclipses everything else. He was a career 300 hitter. He stole close to 300 bases in the major leagues, counting his Milwaukee American League experiences. Was a great outfielder. Never threw to the wrong base. Ground ball, right field, base hit. Here comes Otis. Gilkey up and firing. He is safe. And as the throw pops away, Randall Simon heads to second, and he's safe. And I hope he didn't hurt his knee again, but he did.
Yeah, he did when he kind of came up short on the bag on that slide. And that's the reason he didn't go to second base on that throw, is he was just going to protect it a little bit when the ball squirted away from Stinnett. He took the base anyway.
He's still crouched over out there.
Another hard hit ball for him, and again on this infield he gets through in a hurry, and he's checking to see what Otis is doing. He wasn't even going to go. Ball gets away. And now watch the slide. He really kind of jammed himself into the bag there. His foot hit the dirt first and then got to the bag.
Diamondbacks have gone 73 innings without an error before that one. It is charged on Gilkey. 6-12-0 for the Braves, 0-5-1 for the Diamondbacks. Tapped foul. A ball and a strike.
But yet another ninth inning where the Braves have done something to put a run on the board off Greg Olson.
Olson had a big year here last year. Looked like he was all the way back. Strike at the knees. It's 1-2. He was 3-4 last year, an earned run average of 3, but he had 30 saves. He was with the Braves back in '94, worked in 16 games, had an earned run average of 920. That pops away, and Simon limps over to third. Oh, wait a minute, they're going to say he swung at that ball, and he's out.
Dana Demuth had some funny plays tonight, but he says that ball hit Gerald's bat on a check swing and stayed fair. Remember earlier tonight, he called a ball foul, and it did hit his bat.
He's absolutely right. Yeah, I didn't see that at all.
Well, he got that one right for certain.
So Williams is retired. It is not a stolen base. Simon is at third. It's not a wild pitch. And here's Ozzie Guillen, 3 for 5 in the game. Ozzie has clubbed his way into the running for player of the game tonight. A huge argument raging in the truck about that right now.
Tonight we've had a rare back-to-back triple night by the Braves. And you just saw the old reliable 2 unassisted ground ball.
But you don't see it every day either. The 1-0 pitch, here it is. Two balls, no strikes. 6-0 Atlanta. Brett Boone would be next. They're 2 out in the inning. Steve Reich over the outside corner, 2-1. Cubs making a comeback. It's 8-5 now after 7. Or in the 8th, I should say. Chicago batting. It was 8-0 San Francisco. 3-1 to Ozzie. No action in the bullpen. Olson's going to finish this one way or the other. The 3-1. They want it. So Ozzie's on base again. Here's Boone. He's 1 for 4. He scored a run. He's also walked, and he's tripled.
A great job by Ozzie tonight of getting on base 4 times out of 6 trips. They're not even going to hold him.
Right through there. It's 0-1.
You know, if they were holding Ozzie on and you're up by 6 runs, there's no way Bobby Cox would send him. But when they're not holding you on, they're just giving you second base. I think you got to take it. I don't care what the score is.
0-2 pitch. Into the dirt again. Stinnett, another good play. He came into this game hitting .219, but you can see why he's in the lineup. Boy, he's a gamer back there.
They probably ought to start the whirlpool for him now.
Yes. Or get him out in that pool. That's the best you can show us is a waterfall? Come on, guys. Two and two.
They wanted you to know that that's a sheet of water. That's what a sheet of water looks like.
The 2-2 pitch. Almost hit him again.
Well, he doesn't want to take another baseball off the left elbow. It's still a very tender spot. There's been a couple that have whistled right by there.
Strike three called, inning over. But the Braves add an insurance run. They do it on 2 hits. And they leave 2 more. They've left 14 men in this game. We'll go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. With your score, Atlanta 6, Arizona nothing. John Rocker on to pitch. Kevin McGlinchey did a good job. 2 innings, a hit, a walk, 3 strikeouts, and no runs. Greg Colbrin leads it off. The former Brave hitting .317. 2 homers, 4 RBIs as a pinch hitter. .286, 4 out of 14. 1 home run.
I'm frankly a little surprised to see Rocker in the ball game. A 6-run lead. He worked 2 of the last 3 days in Houston. Didn't work last night in the victory. But with this kind of lead, I'm surprised he's working tonight.
Yeah, you would have thought a Russ Springer or Justin Spire might have been asked to wrap this one up. Well, we'll see how it works out. Rocker ready to go to work. One ball, no strikes.
It registers the miles per hour is above the right field stand, so you'll see John looking out there now to see how hard he's throwing.
It'd be nice if he'd throw a strike, and he just did. 2-1. Yeah, he can't miss that because he works off the stretch and he's facing it. So that is a pitcher. Two and two, check, swing, strike.
You could miss it if it wasn't important to you.
Yeah.
You know, if it's something that's important to you, as it is to John, obviously, then you wouldn't even know it was up there.
Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Usually the hitter will let you know if you're not throwing hard enough.
Is out of there, 1 away. Good start for Rocker.
Greg Colbrin, as we learned as a pinch hitter for Atlanta, a couple of different times a very good fastball hitter, but he didn't get around on that one. 97 miles an hour.
Joe and I have noticed as this game has progressed, by the way, that all the #1 draft choices here at the ballpark are not in uniform. Some of them just got 2 of them just got a standing ovation as they left. The pitch to Stinnett is outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Wow. And Atlanta, with a couple A couple more outs could go to 6-1. Their overall record the last 2 years here.
A ball and a strike. Same two teams tomorrow. Boy, he's making him look feeble.
That's a great pitch. That breaking ball is so good. Fastball sets it up. The right-handed hitters try to gear up for the fastball, and so far out in front on the breaking ball they can't adjust. Diamondbacks have only been shut out once all year long.
Just missed with another breaking ball. Count evens at 2-2. The right-hand hitter waits. Out of play. Still 2-2. Dallas Perez, Omar Dahl tomorrow. We'll have it for you at 10 o'clock. First pitch 10:05 Eastern Time. Some of the fans still in a festive mood despite the 6-0 score. Many of the fans have disappeared. That's out of play as well, and it's still 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pretty good start to the weekend yesterday. They had Cher next door at the arena for a big concert. Put on a great show.
Are you sure it was Cher or was it Bobby Valentine?
No, it was Cher. Oh, your wife, yeah. Cher can sing.
She's a nice lady. I met her on a flight one time.
Great entertainer.
2-2 pitch. Just missed. 3-2. He got it. Strikeout number 2 for Rocker. He's only faced 2 men.
As you can see, it's not just that one game, that 10-0 game, that resulted in some zeros here for Atlanta. The last 5 games here for the Braves, 4 of them have been shutouts in their favor, and 1 that went against them.
Now in 31 1/3 innings, Rocker has struck out 44 men, and Edwin Diaz, a reserve infielder, comes out to pinch hit. To the left field corner. I think some fans may have interfered with it. Doesn't matter. It's a double in any event. So Bernard Gilkey will be the batter.
Something for the remaining fans to cheer about it when Diaz didn't waste any time. Jumped on the first pitch. His first at bat since he was called up.
Gilkey has batted once in the game and grounded to short.
That may have been Diaz's first big league hit. Took an 0 for 7 last year when he got called up.
Fly ball into right field. Bryden Gordon is there, and the ball game is over. And the Braves have won the first one in Arizona, shutting out the Diamondbacks 6-0.
And our AutoZone player of the game tonight for the Braves, Ozzie Guillen. He reached base 4 times, had 3 hits, drove in what proved to be the only run the Braves would need with a long 400-foot double in the 3rd inning. He also scored a run. Ozzie's been playing great baseball, really hustling on the base paths tonight. Congratulations to him, our AutoZone player of the game. Back to wrap things up from the Bob right after this.